I've been a Mavs fan my whole entire life since I've been a baby. This is the worst moment in the history of my life. This is ridiculous. This is crazy, man. We went to the NBA Finals. Why are we trading the best player, the franchise player?
The first game without Luka or AD was a disaster for Dallas. Exactly what Mavericks fans feared. The energy in the arena was tense, the kind of tension that builds when a fan base feels betrayed. The atmosphere turned toxic quickly. During a timeout, the jumbotron cut to a karaoke session, but one fan used the opportunity to chant "Fire Nico." Security wasn't having it. The camera quickly cut away, and the fan was escorted out. But that was just the beginning. Another fan held up a sign saying GM Nico Harrison Out and was also removed. Every time the new owner, Patrick Dumont, got up from his seat, fans let him have it, yelling, "You ruined our team." Why are they so mad? The obvious answer is that Luka Doncic was traded, but there's more to the story. This isn't just about a beloved superstar being sent away. It's about how it happened, the reasoning behind it, and a disastrous attempt to justify it. Luka Doncic wasn't just a great player. He was the future. He led the Mavericks to the finals last season, proving he could carry a team to the biggest stage. His departure felt like a death sentence for the franchise's immediate future. Fans weren't just mourning the loss of a star. They were grieving what felt like years of wasted potential, thrown away in an instant. The outrage boiled over when Dumont finally addressed the situation. He insisted that the move wasn't about money or relocating the team to Las Vegas. But then he took a direct shot at Luka without naming him, implying he wasn't committed to winning like past NBA legends. He brought up Michael Jordan, Larry Bird, Kobe Bryant, and Shaquille O'Neal as examples of players with a singular focus on winning, suggesting that Luka didn't fit that mold. This didn't sit well with fans or analysts. For one, calling Shaq an example of relentless work ethic is laughable. He famously entered training camps out of shape and even delayed surgeries to enjoy his offseason. Larry Bird partied and got into bar fights during the NBA Finals. And yet, Dumont ignored Mavericks legend Dirk Nowitzki, whose statue stands right outside their arena. Dirk was the epitome of dedication, staying loyal to Dallas for over 2 decades, sacrificing salary and personal accolades for the good of the team. Yet his name wasn't mentioned once. The worst part? Dumont doubled down. He praised GM Nico Harrison, claiming his trades led to last season's finals run. That's true to an extent. Adding PJ Washington and Daniel Gafford helped the defense. But let's not kid ourselves. Luka was the reason they made it that far. Without him, those moves wouldn't have mattered. Meanwhile, reports surfaced that Mark Cuban, the former owner, tried to stop the trade. When Cuban sold the team in 2023, he was supposed to keep control over basketball decisions, but Dumont went around him. By the time Cuban found out, it was too late. This revelation sparked even more anger among fans. If Cuban had truly lost control of the team's direction, what other decisions would Dumont make without consulting anyone? Then, journalist Mark Stein dropped a bombshell. Luka was traded because Nico Harrison believed he wouldn't improve his diet, conditioning, or attitude toward referees. Harrison thought Luka's injuries would only get worse with age and refused to offer him a $315 million max extension. Instead, they shipped him to LA for Anthony Davis, Max Christie, and a single draft pick, a 25-year-old generational talent, replaced by an injury-prone 31-year-old and spare parts. This decision wasn't just controversial, it was baffling. Luka, at 25, was already breaking records. He was on a Hall of Fame trajectory, a player who could single-handedly change the course of a franchise. Dallas had waited years for someone to take the torch from Dirk, and now they had thrown it away. Fans immediately started asking, what's next? Free agents already avoid Dallas. Why would they come now, when the franchise has made it clear they're willing to trade away homegrown stars for questionable returns? And then there's Kyrie Irving. He signed to play alongside Luka. Does he stay? Or does this move push him out the door, further sinking the team into mediocrity? Historically, teams don't bounce back quickly from losing generational talents. Just look at how long other teams waited between superstar players. The Knicks haven't had one since Patrick Ewing. The Bucks waited 38 years between Kareem and Giannis, and the Cavaliers spent 32 seasons without another LeBron. Dallas had Dirk, then Luka. And now, who knows how long before they get another star of that caliber? The fans have every right to be furious. The fallout from this move doesn't stop with just the Mavericks. The rest of the league has been put on notice, and other teams are already circling like sharks. Rival GMs are aware that Dallas is vulnerable, and trade vultures are looking to take advantage. Some executives believe Kyrie Irving is already considering his exit, and if he forces a move, Dallas could be headed for a full-scale rebuild. Beyond the Mavericks, the trade has sent shockwaves through the Western Conference. The Lakers, now with Luka, are suddenly title favorites. Luka and LeBron on the same team. It's a nightmare for the rest of the league. Meanwhile, the Clippers, Suns, and Nuggets are scrambling to respond, and the domino effect has already started. Another major shakeup is in the works. Rumors are flying about Kevin Durant, Trae Young, and even Zion Williamson being on the move. One team has reportedly emerged as the front-runner for KD, and the name might surprise you. Meanwhile, Dallas faces an uncertain road ahead. Will they try to retool around Kyrie, or will they fully embrace a rebuild? And what about the fans? The team's relationship with its supporters is at an all-time low, and season ticket renewals are already reportedly dropping. Local media is calling it the worst decision in franchise history, and longtime analysts are openly questioning whether this front office can be trusted to steer the team in the right direction. The NBA is a league built on stars, and the Mavericks just gave theirs away for pennies on the dollar. Now, they're left with an aging AD, an unhappy Kyrie, and a fan base that feels completely alienated. The road back to contention just got a lot longer. As frustration grows, social media has exploded with reactions. Former Mavericks players have subtly weighed in, some posting cryptic messages that fans quickly interpreted as shots at the front office. Dirk Nowitzki, usually reserved in such matters, was spotted looking visibly uncomfortable during a press event, further fueling speculation about his feelings on the trade. Beyond the locker room and front office, even the national media is piling on. ESPN analysts have torched the decision, with one former player calling it the worst trade of the decade. Some have compared it to historic blunders, like when the Charlotte Hornets traded away Kobe Bryant on draft night, or when the Brooklyn Nets mortgaged their future for an aging Paul Pierce and Kevin Garnett. Mavericks fans, once hopeful about building on last season's finals run, are now left questioning what their team even stands for. The anger isn't just about losing Luka, it's about losing trust in the people running the franchise. With each passing day, more rumors surface, more speculation grows, and the uncertainty deepens. One thing is clear: the Mavericks have made their bed, and now they must lie in it. Whether this move dooms them to irrelevance or forces them to find a new path forward, the damage has been done. Fans are left wondering how long it will take to recover, if they ever do at all.